Chapter 51. Traitor Jerky-chan. Jerky-chan's car traveled along a secluded path away from the town. After nearly 10 minutes, he stopped at the entrance of an old-fashioned hotel. This used to be a long-distance bus service area. Due to road reconstruction, business dwindled, and gradually, it became desolate. Supporting facilities such as gas stations and restaurants were closed, leaving only a temporary lodging hotel. The criminals Jerky-chan once tracked were staying in this hotel. The location here was strategic, with only a straight road ahead and expansive mountains behind, making it easy to defend and hard to attack. For several kilometers around, there was no sign of human habitation except for this solitary hotel building, standing like a castle of demons. In the backyard of the hotel were parked several high-powered off-road vehicles, the same ones Jerky-chan had seen the criminals use. They were still here. Jerky-chan swallowed hard, intense fear causing him to tremble uncontrollably. He glanced at the watch on his wrist and then at the hotel's entrance, finally gritting his teeth and pushing open the car door. As soon as he stepped out, a chill swept over him. At that moment, there was a sudden gunshot. A flash of fire, and dust rose from the ground less than half a meter in front of Jerky-chan. Ah! Jerky-chan screamed in terror. If that shot had been a little off, it would have hit him directly. The criminals had spotted him. Stay right there. Along with the gunshot, a sinister voice rang out. Jerky-chan hastily raised both hands, his legs shaking as he stood frozen in place. Two burly men in woolen coats, wearing dark sunglasses and each holding a shotgun nearly 5 feet long, emerged from behind the hotel's perimeter walls. They were the lookout criminals. The shotgun muzzles were aimed menacingly at Jerky-chan's head, one of them still emitting white smoke. The two men moved quickly, covering the distance in a few large strides. The one on the left, missing his left ear and with fierce scars on his face, grabbed Jerky-chan by the hair and brutally shoved the shotgun's muzzle into his mouth, demanding harshly, "You found your way here. Are you military police? Or a detective?" Jerky-chan shook his head repeatedly, trying to speak through the barrel in his mouth. I'm not military police. I have something. I need to see your leader." The scarred man frowned, his face twisted into a sneer. "You found this place hidden so well. You must have been watching for a long time, huh? Who the hell would believe you're not police? Don't waste time with him, just kill him," the other burly man said darkly. The scarred man was about to pull the trigger. Jerky-chan's pupils contracted, almost screaming out, "I know where there's food. I can take you there to get food." The other burly man immediately grabbed the scarred man's arm and then pulled the shotgun out of Jerky-chan's mouth. He looked at Jerky-chan with some surprise, saying coldly, "Do you know what happens if we find out you're lying?" Who? Jerky-chan gasped heavily, then looked up at the two men. "I do have some information, but I need to speak to your leader, otherwise, I won't say a word." The scarred man and the other man exchanged glances, pondering for a moment. Then, the scarred man slung the shotgun behind his back again and warned ominously, "If we find out you have ulterior motives, you'll regret being born into this world." Jerky-chan breathed a sigh of relief. He knew he wasn't going to die right away. Jerky-chan was escorted by the two burly men into the hotel. Pushing open the door, Jerky-chan saw 7 or 8 fierce-looking criminals sitting in the hotel lounge, cleaning their shotguns. When they saw Jerky-chan being brought in, their expressions changed instantly. "Who the hell is this guy? Frank, why did you bring an outsider in? Has our location been compromised? Kill him, and we'll move out immediately." The surroundings erupted into a clamor filled with malicious intent, pushing Jerky-chan's already weak courage closer to the brink of collapse. "Shut up, all of you!" The scarred man shouted in irritation, then frowned at the group. "He says he has a way to get food and wants to see the boss." The group burst into laughter. "Just him? A coward who can't even stand straight. You actually believe him? Maybe this is just a delaying tactic. I'm telling you, we've cleaned out almost all the towns around here. If we couldn't find food, how could he?" The scarred man looked at them expressionlessly, then said in a deep voice, "Have you said enough? If you have, get lost. I'm taking him upstairs." It seemed that the scarred man held a significant position among these criminals. Under his rebuke, the hostile gazes fixed on Jerky-chan slowly shifted away, and the scarred man dragged Jerky-chan upstairs. He locked him in a room, saying, "I'll inform the boss. You wait here." The door closed. Soon, footsteps echoed in the corridor, and the door was pushed open again. The scarred man and a blonde, blue-eyed foreigner entered. Judging by their posture, it was clear that the foreigner was the leader. The head of this group of grain-robbing gangsters was actually a foreigner? "This is our leader, Mr. Wells," the scarred man said to Jerky-chan in a low voice. "Do you have a channel to get food?" Wells spoke fluent Mandarin. He sat opposite Jerky-chan, casually propped his legs on the table, and said softly, "Tell me, if what you say is true, I'll spare your life. And after getting the food, I'll even give you a share." Jerky-chan licked his lips, then suddenly raised his hand and pointed to the notebook and pen placed beside Wells. Despite that, he continued speaking to Wells. "Thank you, Mr. Wells. I will tell you everything I know." Seeing this, Wells frowned but suddenly seemed to realize something. He picked up the notebook and pen and placed them gently in front of Jerky-chan. "What's this place?" Wells continued in a deliberate, slow pace. Jerky-chan flipped open the notebook and quickly wrote something down with the pen. While doing so, he replied to Wells, "It's a farm. There's at least a dozen tons of food stored in the warehouse. If you don't believe me, you can send someone to investigate." At this point, Jerky-chan suddenly picked up the notebook and pushed what he had just written in front of Wells. Wells lowered his head and saw his face suddenly turn pale. Written clearly in the notebook was, "Someone is planning to ambush you. They sent me here to spread false information. There's no food, just a group of people wanting to kill you." Jerky-chan held the notebook in one hand and desperately pointed to the watch on his wrist with the other, indicating that he was currently under control. Wells's face contorted, but then he burst out laughing. Good. Your information is very useful. I will reward you handsomely for this."